G'day everyone, it's Daniel Gibbons. I've just thought I'd throw out a video to let you guys know what I'm doing, what's the deal with all this. And really, it's all about being fed up. I'm fairly young. I'm 22 years old. Why would I throw my hat in the ring? Why do I want to run for Legislative Council? Why do I want to go out of my way and destroy my own careers in the future? In the end, I figure that there's so much more to be fought for than just simply securing my own career. There's so much more to be battled against that is currently evolving within our public spheres. There's cultural change. There's communal change. There's national change. There's change in all sorts of things, and they parade it as progress, but it's not progressive. There's no progress being made. There's nothing being made. It's regressive, if anything. And the core root of it, I found, of researching, studying, learning, trying to find why we have all these issues currently facing us, it's because, at the very core root, I found to be the power of money flowing into the pockets of our politicians and of all of those peoples who would call themselves representatives of Australians, who are in reality more just the servants of foreigners and of international corporations, and they would implement laws and legislation and taxation and regulation to ensure that people do not get the fair go that we promise them. I'm sick of it. I've been brought up in a world that's just fundamentally unfair. And not just simply in the socialist sense of everything's unfair, but this is unfair. And we are currently living in a fundamentally unfair, unjust world. And there's no way I can simply accept that this is going to be the path forward, that this is going to be what happens in the future, that I'm supposed to grow up and have children in this future. I can't leave them to this. This is unacceptable. So now, my only choice is to stand up and to fight back. What else am I to do? I have to give myself entirely to this, whether it be for myself, whether it be for another person that I can trust in. It's irrelevant. I just want to see change. I just want to see real, fundamental, and real dramatic change that is not built upon any kind of farcical or propagandistic notion that tries to suggest that there's going to be some kind of real change, but then just constantly implements things that money buys. We don't want money anymore. We don't want any of these things to influence our politics. We want real people. We want people who will see Australia finally independent and free of all the foreigners that are trying to implement their own policy and devices from faraway countries. We don't want any of that. The state, which is dominated by these very same people who are currently in the federal government and also the local government. They need to be all fought. Every single one of them needs to be fought against. If you agree with me that Australia should be Australian, then we ought to fight back. There's no question to it. It's independence, or we continue as a puppet for foreigners. We take back our state, we take back our country, we take back all of those institutions that have been taken from us, and we make them our own. It's time that we made Australia Australian. And none of this financial nonsense, or being bought out, or being controlled by donors. Just Aussie.